Hey you guys, today I'm talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 10 episode 7. It really wasn't that much to this episode. It was like four, only talk about Sheree, Portia, Cynthia, and Candy. And it wasn't no drama, so thank God. So won't be a long video. So we just gonna talk about each person in a storyline and get that over with. Portia want a man. It ain't a season that she don't, but she want a man. She want to try something different, so she went to these matchmakers and she was telling them what she like, what she don't like. They went and looked around her house and they was like, girl, your house is gonna scare off a man, because you remember when she bought the house, the rooms were already made for kids. So they was like, girl, this is gonna scare a man off. And I was like, well, yeah. I was like, girl, them wigs over there might scare a man off. Like, girl, like, have a locked door. Like, men can't handle some things when you first trying to get to meet him. You gotta ease them in that type of shit. So yeah, that's all that was. They put her on a blind date. She went on a blind date with Mr. Clean. That's what she called him, not me. Well, I did too, but whatever. And it was awkward. She didn't like him. It wasn't no match. So we gonna move on. Candy feel like she's a bad mom, and because she's been working a lot and hasn't had the time to really be there for her kids. Her son Ace is adorable. Oh my God, he is so adorable. I bet we get away with a lot of stuff. So he ended up having swim lessons, and then young women. Oh my God, I was so irritated like when I first seen Candy not getting in that pool, and I'm like, girl, if you don't get your ass in that pool and stop trying not to get your hair wet, if y'all gonna pay $1 million for these damn wigs and weaves, they should be able to get wet. I'm just saying. I just was like, girl, why is Todd over there with that lady and your baby? Oh, but hey, that's y'all family, whatever. Then she ended up going on to the iFly with her daughter Riley, and then after the iFly, basically Riley was telling her she's slipping. She's been making promises that she hasn't been able to keep, so that kind of made Candy feel a little bad. And I can understand that, like, since I've been back working, there's a lot of things that I'm not allowed to do with my kids because of that. I work on the weekends and stuff like that, so I can totally understand that part. That was her storyline. Who else had a storyline that I want to talk about? Okay, we're gonna go with Cynthia. Cynthia first met up with Kenya and Candy, and why was Candy kind of side-eyeing at the beginning of when she said Kenya's here? It was like, she was like, oh Lord, here we go. Then Cynthia ended up telling her, like, after she left, everybody was grilling her about not meeting Mark. So now she feels some kind of way about not meeting Mark. And I'm just sitting there like, what? Okay, this is what I want to talk about with best friends. They not best friends. Like, you can't be my best friend when you was just shading me a couple of years ago with Nene, and then all of a sudden, just because Nene off the show, we became cool and we hang with each other off air. That don't make us best friends. So a lot of people go in on Kenya not inviting her to the wedding, but inviting Brandon. They've been friends way before the show. And her, I'm like, I feel like they not as close as what they say they are. Y'all notice when it comes back on, they be like, oh my God, I ain't seen you in so long. You ain't did this and you ain't called me. Them not best friends. So I just be side-eyeing everybody calling them best friends. I don't think they're best friends. I think they're good friends. But I don't think Kenya look at Cynthia as a best friend that she has to tell all her dark secrets to, because when these bitches get mad at you, best friends go out the window. Cynthia was Nene's best friend. I'm just saying, like, in Nene's back. So, or do the best friend title come back to her? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, or no, can you still my best friend? Nene, no, you're not my best friend. I feel like if it's my best friend, that's my best friend for life. I don't have best friends for seasons. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be like a little awkward to me, of everybody going off about them being best friends or whatever. Like I said, I think they're good friends. I don't think that she has to tell everybody who Mark is, how Mark is. even with Sheree and Sheree, while Portia and Cynthia, Portia and Sheree was talking, Cynthia was talking to Kenya now. So it was like two different scenes, but they were both talking about the same thing, and everybody like going off about Cynthia and Kenya friendship. And I'm like, talking about, if I was your friend would want to know about your relationship, I'm like this. That's cool and dandy. As long as that dude ain't hurting me, stay in your lane. But I don't have to tell you about my man, who my man is, what my man does, who, like, that type of stuff. He's not fucking you. I just have a problem with girls thinking they should know who your man is, how your man is, yada, yada, yada. No, y'all not fucking him. He not taking care of y'all. Like, long as you don't see no dysfunction, you see me hurt, stay in your lane. That's why people in relationships are breaking up. They want to put everybody else in it. So, I'm not with that. But, yeah, and Kenya was like, girl, you gonna meet him. You gonna get your receipts. Because she was like, girl, you should just let me be there and at least take a selfie with him so I can show them. And I'm sitting there like, for what? Like, why do y'all have to prove something to bitches that don't like her? I don't understand that. Even with Cynthia, like, why do you have to prove something to bitches that don't like your best friend? Yeah, that just bothers me when it comes to Kenya's storyline. Like, I just feel like it's her marriage, it's her life. Like, people are gonna pick apart her relationship whether she bring him on the show or if she don't. So what difference is it making? Anyway, what else that happened with Cynthia? Cynthia and Peter met up because she's 25% owner in their new bar too. That's supposed to be coming in 4 months. Okay. Like, he keep putting you in finance, like, he keep fucking you up on business and you keep going into business with him. But since his other things are going well, okay, let's give it a try in Atlanta. That didn't go well so good the last 2 times. I'm just saying. But that's on them. And he was like, they both said they follow each other on social media. And he was like, I was trying to get a picture, see your boyfriend. He was like low-key jealous of Cynthia dating now. But I'm like, you said you was dating first, so you can't get mad. But that's what men do. Then she ended up going on a boat ride date with him. They was like a double date with Candy and Todd and Cynthia and Will. And basically, first of all, y'all would have to get off the boat. I'm sorry. Like, I understand everybody's Peter friend. Everybody love Peter. But when Todd, like, referenced them glasses, and she was like, oh, I got your glasses. Candy had on Cynthia glasses. And he was like, oh, I didn't have my Peter glasses or some shit he said. And I'm sitting there like, you rude. That is so rude and out of line. Then they start grilling Will about him being on talk shows. I told y'all it's something off with that dude. And I'm still side-eyeing him. I don't give a damn how much he just talked over Candy and Todd. They still side-eyeing his ass too. But I just don't see it. I just really don't see it in the long run for Cynthia and Will. Might be wrong. But they grilled him about him being on the Steve Harvey show, another show. And he owned up to both of them and said he wasn't on the second one. Then, they was just grilling him. And then they started bringing up Peter. And he started talking about Peter. And then he was like, okay, let's move on. They was a little taken aback by that. But I was like, yeah, this is like awkward. Why are we talking about Peter? I understand y'all was his friend and all that. But y'all knew that before y'all came on the boat ride. So I just feel like that'd be out of line. Then Cynthia and Candy went over to talk while the guys talked. And they started talking about sex. And then Cynthia came back and brought it to Will and Ty. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Cynthia? Be quiet. Like, she is not that type of dating or getting to know. She need to go with somebody that knows somebody type stuff, because she be so awkward and not knowing how to deal with it. And I'm sitting there like, girl, how did you get with Leon? Because both of y'all was fine or something. Because how'd you get with Peter? Like, you would have had to have some kind of conversation and communication. And she just be so awkward. I promise she be so awkward. But her talking about the conversation her and Candy had, and how she ain't had sex with nobody, but then she kind of want to know if is it too soon to be having sex with Will. She don't want to wait too long, and then the sex not good, or his size ain't right, or whatever. I was just like, why are you telling Will this? I felt tired. Like, this is so damn awkward. But that, it is what it is on that. That's all that happened on a date. Like I said, it wasn't too much to the show. Then we get to Sheree. Okay, she went shopping with Portia for some damn doors that cost over $8,000. Dumb, but okay, y'all can keep on doing. Okay. They talked about Kenya. I already went over that. Then she ended up being at the house with her kids. Her daughter is getting ready to go off to college in DC, I believe. And so after her friends leave, she ended up sitting down with her kids, and they talked about the abuse. She was like, well, I know y'all heard about the rumors. And I'm sitting there like, well, if they heard about the rumors, and they heard about the rumors, why are we just now talking about this? Just saying. And they didn't seem shocked, but then they said they was shocked. And then I'm sitting there like, you was trying to keep it from him? Did y'all never fight while he were in the house? Wasn't no black eyes, no bruises? Like, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. It just be like the way her storyline be is just like, and I think it was Simone on my Facebook. I'm not sure, but I know it was one of my subscribers. That was even brought it up like, your storyline is about you being abused by Bob, but you were so willing to take him back at first, and if Kenya wouldn't have put it out there that you was abused, and he wouldn't have said what he said in the car, then you would have ever brought this up, or y'all would have still got together? Because I just don't see myself or too many people going with an abuser, get away from him after all the shit he did to her in court and all that kind of stuff. You finally get away from him, then you get back, you try to get back with him, work it out with him. Then when it's brought up of abuse, then it's, oh, I was abused and it in 10 years and all this kind of stuff. And I just be like, her story don't be adding up. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I don't like to see a man get this kind of label if that ain't how it played out. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, it's so much going on right now where women coming after men and saying they did this and they did that, not knowing what is true. That's why I ain't spoke on it. But I don't like, and I got men in my family where girls get mad and then they make up a story and knowing that's not really true, and then everybody is looking at this dude like something went wrong, and it really not. Especially when the dude is not on the show to tell his side of the story. I just be like, I don't want to go in on nobody if this is just her storyline and she trying to be on the show, and it just be awkward for me. And when it comes to abuse, I never want a woman to think that I'm just on the man's side, I'm against a woman, because that show the hell ain't happening. I'm telling you, if I ever see a woman getting abused, bitch, we both taking punches, because I'm going to jump in. So I'm just saying, so I don't want nobody to think that that's not what it is. Then my whole thing is, you go from, because everybody talked about Sheree on this show, about her dude in prison. And my whole thing is, you go from a dude that is abusing you to a dude that's in jail. You got with him in jail. So you don't, even though you guys were talking before, you don't know how this man is. And then your whole thing is, I don't care what nobody say, because she talked to her life coach about this. And she told him about the abuse, and then she told him about, no, she got a call from Tyrone. She went outside, took that call. I was like, bitch, you rude. And then you say you talked to him all day, he would have to call back. Y'all filming, like, but you got to do this for the storyline. Okay, whatever. So she talks to her life coach about Tyrone, and he looking at her like, we looking at her like, bitch, are you serious? Are you really serious that you just told me that you went from abuse, now you going with a dude in jail? Like, okay, we see your type. I just see your type, Sheree. Like, and then you making excuses for this dude and talking about you love him. How do you love him, and how do he treat you so good when y'all don't go nowhere? Y'all don't, girl, anybody, and even he was like, you sure it's not a fantasy? Yes, it's a fantasy, because they not together. They're not really together. He's in jail. He's telling her whatever she wants to hear, so it can get him through his day and her to make her feel special. I just feel like, bitch, you are almost 50 years old, if not 50. I don't know. But this is what you doing, and this is what you teaching your girls. I'm just not with it. Y'all could be with it. Y'all, I'm just not with it. That's not me. Anyway, that's all I got. It, like I said, it wasn't that much. Yeah, if I missed something, y'all can talk to me about it. We can talk about it in the comments. Yeah, that's all I got. Follow me on all social media sites by The Ghetto View, THA, not THE. Make sure you're checking out my website. It's all about support.weebly.com and support independent artists. And make sure you're checking out all my YouTube family just as well. I will be uploading more on my website about YouTubers to watch, so be on the lookout for that this coming Tuesday. For my Support Tuesday, I will be uploading a new YouTuber, and it might be you, so just be on the lookout for on my website. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.